Welcome back to my channel, guys. It is officially fall. We're wearing fall colors. We're gonna have so much incredible holiday content for you, so you are not going to wanna miss any of it. In this video, we're gonna explore some of the most common bathroom design mistakes and how to avoid them, ensuring your bathroom renovation is a huge success. Problem number one, door clearance. First and foremost, one of the biggest mistakes I see is the door into your bathroom. That's where it starts, guys. It has to have enough clearance. If you don't have enough clearance to open your door, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna be hitting fixtures, you're gonna be hitting cabinets, you're gonna be hitting toilets. I mean, it's a problem. Make sure when you're designing your bathroom that you check the full clearance of your door, and if you don't have the clearance, then perhaps you have to go for a pocket door. You need to allow for at least 30 inches of clearance for the bathroom door to open. Check that cabinet and shower doors don't collide when open. That's something that I see time and time again, from small apartments to multi-million-dollar mansions. I am floored how many times this goes wrong. Before I get into the next step, guys, we are at 95,000. I could not have made it here without you. I'm gonna be jumping for joy when we hit 100, and I can only do it if you guys take this one tiny second. It won't cost a thing, and push that subscribe button. And by the way, it's gonna be great because it'll alert you about all the great content we have coming out. We're gonna give you some really good information about how to do holiday decor, how to do tablescapes, everything and anything you've asked for. So make sure and hit that subscribe button. Problem number two, premature tile purchasing. People jump the gun. The first thing they do is they go and buy tile. Well, you don't really know where you're going to be tiling. The excitement of tiling your bathroom takes over. And what happens is many clients rush the issue to buy tile, to buy marble, whatever it is in advance, and under purchase. And then what happens is when you need to buy more tile, it's either not available, or it's a different batch altogether with a different colorway, or C, just discontinued. So it is very important not to jump the gun. Wait till your design is finalized, and at that point, you are allowed to make your purchase, and always buy 10 to 15% more than you need, allowing for cuts, breakage, and replacement tiles in the future. Three, well, I don't know, you might have guessed it, you probably didn't. Incorrect shower slope. So properly sloped shower floor is crucial for effective water drainage, and the standard slope for a shower floor is 1/4 of an inch per foot. Okay, remember that, 1/4 inch per foot towards the drain. And remember, if you're doing a linear drain, you need to account for that before. And if you're doing a center drain, you need to account for that, because then the water is gonna slope in the middle versus sloping to the edge of the linear drain. Make sure and think about what it is that works for you. Make sure you're always working with an experienced tile setter who understands floor construction. That's very important, because we are actually starting a project in a very large, beautiful home, and the home is maybe 5 years old, very expensive home, and guess what? We're ripping out the entire primary bathroom. Why? The slope wasn't right, there was leakage of water, and now the entire bathroom has to be ripped out. So I can't emphasize enough how important waterproofing is. Go the extra step. I always double waterproof. I don't care what their system they're using. I say add more, bring more, do more, and I would supervise the waterproofing. I would definitely supervise to make sure that you really are waterproofed, because nothing is worse than having to demo the bathroom, and you will have to demo. Speaking of mistakes, I have had the fortune of meeting so many of you through our Zoom consultation. So if you guys have a design dilemma, worry no more. All you have to do is click the link in the description section. My calendar pops up, and we can have a one-on-one meeting. I've had so many of you just turn your phone around and show me the space, and we have been able to tackle any and all of your questions. So I know so many of you have told me that having this consultation has been really critical, because you have not only avoided design mistakes, but you've been able to narrow down your furniture selection or whatever the dilemma might be. Number four, open shower mistakes. I love an open shower. In fact, if I can do an entire bathroom without any glass enclosure, I do, and I will, and I would. However, that is not practical for the rest of the universe on many instances because we might not have the space or the capacity. However, if you want to have an open glass, which I absolutely prefer, you have to remember that an open glass enclosure, this is your shower glass that opens and closes. You cannot then have a warm shower. B, you cannot have a steam shower. So because we live in California, a lot of the clients that are here, they don't care if they only have a half glass because the weather is so warm all year long that we don't need to enclose the shower. If you live in a colder climate, you might need to close the entire shower so that you don't freeze to death. So that is something to consider. And if you really want a half glass, which I love, I think it looks better, there's less cleaning, it's a lot more modern, it's a lot more chic, then remember to place your shower head or the type of shower that you're using. Usually rain works better for the type of half glass that you are looking for. So give that some thought. Remember, you can always add more of an enclosure after the fact. You could always add half, live with it, and then add more, but you really can't replace your shower head comfortably. You can't change from rain to, it just would be more difficult, but you can always add the glass. So something else to really think about. And since so many of you ask, I am wearing a top from Paws. It is a one shoulder top, very cute. This is from a past season, but we will link something very similar to this. My pants, I love these jeans. These are by Mousy. They are so comfortable. They are like a good fit, meaning they show your legs nicely, but they're straight, so they are current. And lastly, I would say my shoes are vintage Gucci, and my belt is Mayhem. Problem number 5, relying solely on a rain shower head. Rain heads are great for those that love to get drenched, but women typically do not like to drench their hair and their bodies every single time, maybe every time we're washing our hair. So you don't forget that you also need a handheld body shower. If you have a rain head, great, but always, always, always for resale purposes alone, you should add a rain head on a handle so that you can do tasks. You can just wash your feet, you can wash your dog, you can just wash your body. It will give you a lot more options ultimately, and this is something that you can incorporate in the planning phase easily, and definitely it would be a lot more difficult to do it after the fact. Number 6, overlooking floating fixtures. That's a very big mistake. Floating fixtures in small bathrooms, such as floating cabinets, is very necessary. It creates a much bigger open space and it allows you to clean. European toilets, as an example, that are mounted on the wall will help you clean that toilet in 4 seconds because you no longer have to take the sponge to the really gross areas. And as a Virgo, OCD human being, and yes, I take full responsibility for that, I like to clean every little crevice, and I can't tell you how difficult that is if you don't have a European mounted toilet. So if you're thinking about it, do it. Additionally, having these floating fixtures will give you more of a stream-like look. That can make a bathroom feel super spacious, which is important, and flexibility and height placement, allowing for customizable heights. Remember, if you're going to put a European toilet, you have to have the wall support and the structure to be able to do that. Again, with your vanities as well. This is something you can ask your contractor. Am I able to mount a floating fixture here safely so that it doesn't fall? And also remember your plumbing requirements, as wall-mounted fixtures may require a different type of connection than the usual fixtures. Again, having wall-mounted faucets in a way is a really great idea because then you don't have to clean around the fixtures that are deck mounted. So you can either do deck mount, wall mount, and in my experience, we do a lot of wall mount and powder room so that it doesn't look wet and disgusting when other guests go into the room. So that's really a no-brainer, but you can also employ that in the primary bathroom. So think about how great that would be if you don't have to constantly clean around your fixtures. Number 7, finish faux pas. What does that mean? Well, choosing the right finishes for your bathroom is crucial, not only aesthetically, but for longevity. And the mistakes I see all too often are following trends too closely. If you do exactly what's hot, for example, the fluted cabinet with the Calcutta Viola marble and the brass fixture, how hot was that 6 months ago? How not hot is that now? It's ubiquitous, it's everywhere, it's too late. Do not follow trends. And if there's something you like in the trend, use one out of all of it. Do not put it all together. It will be a time stamped on your bathroom. Also, using materials that are not great for moisture. Putting wallpaper in a bathroom, as much as I love that, is really not the way to go. Putting materials that are absorbent or that are not sealed are not a great way to go. And also lack of cohesion in your finished choices is another faux pas. So what's the solution? I'm here to give it to you. Timeless, permanent elements. My bathroom is timeless. Is it hot? Right now, I would say no. It's just very beautiful white marble. It's a Calacatta, but very simple Calacatta. I've got white cabinets. I've got chrome, polished chrome handles. And guess what? Guess what I'm gonna do to update it? I'm just gonna take my handles out and I'm gonna put something a little bit more jazzy. And I'm gonna float a beautiful Sherpa chair in there, which I just did, versus something that was different before that. Do it in a way that is timeless so that you can update it with just little movable parts like a piece of furniture, like a stool, like a handle, and keep the base of your design very classic. So to summarize, you want to have permanent elements that are timeless. You want to keep away from the trends, but bring in replaceable trendy items such as towels and rugs and artwork and furniture, as we talked about. Ensure that all your wood elements are properly treated for the bathroom. So you don't want to go unfinished. You want to be able to seal the wood so that moisture doesn't get into the wood and expand and contract it. Wood already expands and contracts enough as it is. And you want to create a cohesive look by limiting your palette to 2 to 3 complementary finishes. Number 8, the most important of all, or one of the most important, is poor lighting choices. This is a place where you need to see your face. This is a place where you need to be able to do tasks. So lighting is often an afterthought in bathrooms because people think, well, I don't need to spend a lot of money. It's just my bathroom. Quite the opposite. What you want to do is you want to really think about relying not just on overhead lighting. You guys know how much I hate overhead lighting. Now we're using beautiful fixtures. In fact, we're putting a fixture by the name of Elements from Visual Comfort in our new flip project. And the Elements products, although expensive, are divine. And if you can't afford Elements, well, something like it. You might want to look at it. We will link it in the description section. So it gives you an idea of what are the things that I approve of. It comes in for construction, new construction. It also comes in remodeling types. So for remodels, the fixtures are smaller, you can place them into your bathroom, and this is the place where you should spend a little bit more money than you would expect because you are going to love it every time you go in your bathroom. When you turn on your lights, you're going to look beautiful, you're going to have the task lighting, and you're going to be able to highlight the items in the bathroom that need to be highlighted. Another big mistake with lighting is you want natural light on your face to do your makeup. So if there is a window, you want to place your vanity as close to the window as possible. That will give you the best natural light for your makeup. So what is the solution? Layered lighting. Make sure you have your overhead lighting, make sure you have your task lighting, make sure you have your ambient lighting, your accent lighting. Sconces are critical for not only the visual aesthetic component, but also for, a mood lighting in the evening when you just want to take your makeup off and you don't care what, you're not tasking your makeup, you're just removing the makeup and you're in a moody vibe anyway. Put a dimmer on absolutely every switch of your bathroom. Do not forget it. You'll thank me later. Maybe you want to take a quiet bath and you want to lower the light and just relax. Why not? You deserve it. You worked so hard and you want to maximize your natural light wherever possible. Next, big mistake that I see, and this is number 9, overly themed bathrooms. This is critical. It has to do a little bit with the trends, and creating a theme in general is always a bad idea. I have a beach house. There is no beach theme in my beach house. You might have a house in the woods. You do not want to over theme this because it just looks dated. So what you want to do is you want to choose a more subtle theme. Perhaps you're at the ocean, but you decide to bring in a little bit of blue. Maybe your marble has some blue in it. Good enough because it bounces off of the views. That makes sense. But do not bring sailboats, if that makes sense. And focus on creating a relaxing spa-like atmosphere rather than literally reinterpreting a theme. 10, this is crucial, vinyl shower curtains. Look, this is obvious. We do not like vinyl shower curtains. They're, although inexpensive, they're just ugly and they detract from the overall aesthetic. Have you ever seen bathrooms that are perfectly done and then all of a sudden there's a shower curtain? But the reason I'm bringing this up is that I have done for a client in a bathroom, she insisted on having curtains. She just likes it, and that's okay too. If you guys love curtains, I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm saying get the shower curtain and then get fabric. Sew them together. So your shower curtain is essentially the lining of your shower curtain, and then you will see how gorgeous that's gonna look. Drape it heavy, let it puddle a little bit on the floor, and guess what? Now you have a shower curtain that is ultra, ultra chic. So, and then you could tie it back with a beautiful tassel if you wish. So if you love curtains, that's the way that I would do it. Also look for a high quality liner, which is what I'm calling it, essentially is the liner for your curtain. Clear is probably the best way to go so that you don't see it when you're closing your curtains. And if you're undertaking a full renovation, consider eliminating the need for a shower curtain altogether by installing glass, as you can imagine. And doing a wet room design is by far my favorite. If you have the space, do an entire room as a wet room, meaning you don't have glass anywhere. You can shower in the corner, wash your hands in the other. Water might get back and forth, but you have made the provisions to make everything waterproof, and you have very little cleaning left to do. Bonus time. Yes, I'm gonna give you one more very important mistake that I see in all homes, and that is there is never enough storage space in a bathroom. Obviously, sometimes the bathrooms are too small, but if you can take your cabinets all the way to the ceiling and use the usable space that is vertical, that is typically unusable, then you have made yourself a perfect little linen closet. Baskets are also a great bonus. I like to float them in front of a tub or in front of a shower with towels rolled into them. That gives you additional storage to basically hold all of your towels without really having to store them. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of The Red Elevator. I want to know who is going to be redoing a bathroom. And if you are, what are your dilemmas? We will be answering your questions below so that you can get a takeaway from all of these videos. Name your problem and we're here to answer them. We'll see you next week on this channel, The Red Elevator.